right, let's take a look at a slightly more complex problem. We've got Chicken Delight, which sells whole chicken dinners for $12 and half chicken dinners for $8. So whole for $12, half for $8. Yesterday they sold a total of 400 dinners and they took in $4,200. How many of each size dinner were sold and what were the dollar sales? So how many of each size and what were the dollar sales? So we need to work with one variable. Let's base everything off of the whole chicken dinners. So let's say W equals the whole dinners. We know that there's a total of 400. So if we take 400 minus the number of whole dinners, that would give us the number of half dinners. From here, we know that the whole dinners were $12. So 12 times the number of whole dinners plus $8 times the number of half dinners will give us $4,200. So from here we are simply going to solve. So we're going to do 12W plus, we're going to distribute 3,200 minus 8W equals 4,200. 12W minus 8W combines to be 4W plus 3,200 equals 4,200. Subtract 3,200 from each side. We're left with 4W equals 1,000. Divide each side by 4 to get the W alone. W equals 250. 250 is the number of whole chicken dinners. Now because we have this, we can figure out the number of half chicken dinners. 400 minus 250 leaves us with 150 as the number of half chicken dinners. So we're not done yet, but first we have to verify that when we add the whole number plus the half number, it has to equal 400. And in fact it does, so that's a good sign. Then we have to figure out the amount. It says, what were the dollar sales of each size dinner? So if I know $12 times 250 whole dinners, that gives me $3,000 for whole dinners. And I know that the half dinners were $8 and there were 150 half dinners. And that gives me $1,200. So that's for whole. This is for half. And then we have to check, right? Because we need the 3,000. So this is our proof. 3,000 plus 1,200 has to equal 4,200. And it does. So pause the video and try the your turn on the REI problem yourself, and then start it again and we'll go over it. Okay, so this is REI sells 35-liter backpack for $110 and an 18-liter backpack for $70. If a store sold 40 packs yesterday for a total of 3,400, how many of each type were sold and what was the dollar sales? So this is exactly the same setup as the Chicken Delight. So we have the 35-pound, that's $110, 18 for $70. They sold 40, $3,400. So let's base everything off of, say, the 35-liter backpack. So I'm going to have B equal the 35-liter backpack. And if I do that, then I know that the 80 is 40 minus the 35-liter is the 18-liter backpack. I'm just going to abbreviate that. It'll look like a 1. Okay, maybe I'll do that. So then I know, following the same steps we did up here, the 35-liter was $110. So $110 times the number of 35-liter backpacks plus 70 bucks times the number of 18-liter backpacks equals $3,400. So then I'm going to distribute. Then I am going to combine 110 minus 70. 110B minus 70B is 40B plus 2,800 equals 3,400. Then I'm going to subtract 2,800 from each side. I'm left with 40B equals 600. Divide each side by 40. B equals 15. So 15 is the number of 35-liter backpacks. And then we've got 40 minus B, which is 40 minus 15, which is 25, is the number of 18-liter backpacks. So that's the first part answered. Then we need to know the total sales. So if we know that it's $110 times 15. 15 was the number of 35-liter backpacks. That gives me 1,650 for the 35-liter backpack. And then it was $70 times 25, which gives us 1,750 for the 18-liter backpack. So let's just double check our work here. So we know that we have to have 15 plus 25 has to equal 40. Sure does. And then we know that this amount plus 1,750 has to equal 3,400. And it does.